Na 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 na. Hey hey hey. I gotta upgrade to 300 Blackout immediately to be cool. No, you don't. There's the intro. You don't. I have a philosophy video at the top. You need to watch that because it will be a companion piece to this video. It's going to be called something along the lines of the best cartridge you don't need, the 300 Blackout. Hey, I like 300 Black in a very narrow defined niche. That's what I say in that video. But am I going to run out and sell all my 5.56 guns and go, oh dude, I got to upgrade to Blackout? A lot of guys are, by the way. I'm not making that up. They are. They're running out and they're saying, hey, I'm out of the 223 game. I'm done. Not me, man. I recommend you don't do it, but you know, make yourself happy, whatever it takes. You rock on, man. I'm gonna put a Smith & Wesson M&P Sporter on here. This is the 5R rifled version. It is hot because it's doing defensive duty here on the farm. I kid you not. Great, high value AR-15. I do want just something in that caliber to kind of represent. So yeah, check out the philosophy video. I don't want to spend a ton of time talking about the philosophy of 300 Black in this video. We are going to concentrate on the FN product on the table, which is excellent. The FN-15 Tactical Blackout. You know the caliber, of course. If you've watched my FN reviews through the years, you should know that I'm a big FN fan. Their military background is real. They have a lot of military grade weapons, and I think all those quality enhancements come over here. I'm just arranging the table. Come over here to this gun. They came over to the FNAR. They came over to the TSR. They came over to basically every product I've reviewed. I love FN. It's good stuff. I may review more 300 Black guns in the future. I'm kind of, and I've said this before in videos, I've had a lot of guys requesting for years, hey, do 300 Black reviews. And I'm reluctant just because it's so damn expensive, dudes. I mean, it's freaking expensive. And that's a pretty good price on that ammunition. That's in the philosophy video. I talk about it. You can get 300 Black now if you look, buy it on sale and in bulk. You can get it down to about 66 cents around. Maybe 68 is the cheapest I saw it today. But think about it. I have to kind of mention the chambering because a lot of guys are excited about it. But to be honest, a lot of guys are excited about anything new. And I hate to say this because it's in that infield philosophy video, but let me hit on it really quick. The industry is always going to try to create new excitement over new products, whether it's a caliber, gun caliber combinations, and the idea behind that is you go out, get rid of what you've already paid for, and buy new stuff. Okay? That's how it goes. And it's been that way for a long time. It was that way back in the 70s, but it's way that way now. And so they'll reinvent this, they'll reinvent that, and honestly, the gun media, both here on YouTube, the gun media on blogs, go along for the ride because it's content for them, and content is ad revenue, content is viewership, blah, 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 all that stuff. So I don't play that game, and I just don't. Okay, so watch that video, the 300 Black discussion. I liked how it turned out, and I'm attempting to hit with this gun, by the way, infield with a 20-mile-an-hour wind. Granted, it's a quartering tailwind at 400 yards, and I didn't do that great, to be honest with you. I was embarrassed, but I'm still posting it. And it kind of drove to one of the points I was making. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Philosophy of use. For this gun, again, we kind of got to delve a little bit into caliber, not much. Hog gun. So a lot of guys are excited for 300 Black as a hog killing gun. I get it, that it hits hard. Well, I shouldn't say it hits hard. I consider it to be a medium power caliber and barely that, says me. That's how I look at it. I mean, just look at the round, dude. How little powder the 300 Black has. I don't hear anybody talking about this. I just hear them raving. 300 Black out to 750 meters. I say, yeah, right. I mean, can you lob it out there? Yeah, You could probably lob it, have some luck shots, and connect. See that philosophy video. I talk about it. I issue challenge. Hey, if you can do it, you know, write the project. We'll come out. You can shoot 300 blackout to 1,000 meters. Show the world how you can do it. It drops significantly. Significant drop. Look at the powder charge it has. It's actually made, in my opinion, as a CQB cartridge. Here I go in philosophy. Dang, I didn't want to do this. CQB cartridge suppressed. In that niche, like I said at the outset, it is fabulous. But there's also another fabulous cartridge that it's based upon, it seems to me, and it even has more powder, the 7.6239, which is a heck of a lot cheaper, and also a great hog killing round. So what do I need to upgrade to this if I have that? Well, I'm going to be running a can, man. I think this, you ready? Truth dart, it's truth time. I think a lot of guys think they're going to be running a can. They talk a big game online, and then when they go to see the expense, the tax stamp, they end up allocating that money to other more important things, and they never get a can. So they're running an AR or whatever, one they've built, a 300 Blackout AAC upper on their lower, and they're running it uncanned, uncorked. Hey, it's just the way it is. So will it work that way? Absolutely. But my point is saying that it's kind of, its focus, its reason to be, in my opinion, and that's all it is, it's not internet chatter or anything, suppressed 30 cal round, intermediate distances. To me, that's 200 to 300 yards. Preferably a lot closer. Inside 100, boom, I'm on board with a 300 black. I'm on board. It's cool. But no more so than I'm on board with a 7.6239. Yeah, but that doesn't suppress as easily. Well, I talk about it in a philosophy video. Go check it out. Philosophy view. So hog gun, yes. Deer hunting gun, if it's legal in certain states with certain magazines. I guess in the video I think I said I might do it, but man, I could think of so many more calibers that are better suited for that I would use over that. How about 308? 7.62 51. I would use that all day long over a 300 black for freaking shooting deer. And if the cost per round is about the same, you're not running corked, why go with 300 black? Other than you can make a case for SAWC. You go, well, it's lighter. Okay. It's still, how many rounds you taking? It's not a firefight. You're shooting a damn deer. You know, you're taking what, 10 rounds max? If you can't hit in 2, you need to stop shooting. Stop hunting. I respect guys who muzzle load hunt, man. That's cool. I'm talking traditional muzzle loaders, not these modern inline. Those shoot like a modern rifle, but traditional black powder, like the Lyman Hawkins rifle I reviewed. Yeah, like that. That's a man's way of hunting, says me, dude. Hunting with an AR, I say rock on if you want to. But that is a philosophy of use. A lot of guys say, I'm going to go, game hunting with it. Cool. Standard stuff here, I'll insert WROL, rule of law, practicing. It's fun. It's different. It's a project rifle. Maybe you're not buying something ready-made. You're building it up. Enough with POU. Here we go. The features of the FN15 Tactical Blackout. They might come out with different versions. I don't know. This is the only version they have now. But I will say this. They pretty much got this one right. If you're looking for a warranted, out-of-the-box, very squared away 300 Blackout AR-15, look no further than the FN15 300. It's so good that I'm actually thinking about buying it. I am. I'm like, oh, this is cool. And the reason I'm not is what I talked about in the infield video. I was like, it's expensive, and I don't want to go to that caliber. It doesn't do anything for me, really. I don't think it's that versatile. Long range, I don't think it's versatile at all. Guys who sell it as a long range caliber, I think they're smoking dope, man. It ain't a long range shooter at all, says me. No apologies. This, by the way, is a Gemtech HVT 308 caliber can. It's just a workhorse in the project, and I think we ran it suppressed the whole time. And it did fine with it. We did have, and I'm jumping ahead, kind of track record, only one stoppage, and it was with a 220 grain American Eagle, which is a big bullet. Where did that box go? I had it around here somewhere. I don't know. That's a big round. Oh, here they are. You talk about expensive rounds. Go price the 220 grains for 300 black, dude. Then talk to me. There are some advantages, and I think I honestly represent them in the philosophy video. I really do. I mean, there are some super cool things. The caliber, the ease of interchangeability, just putting on the new barrel, same magazines. I represent all that, so it does have some upsides. But there was one stoppage with that. That's the point of where I'm going with that. And shooting with a can. The barrel diameter is perfect in this gun. It's not too thin, not too thick. It's cold hammer forged, 1-in-7 twist, chrome lined. Basically one of FN's machine gun barrels. I don't mean literally a machine gun barrel, but I'm talking about that military background quality level where it's designed to shoot a lot. With a lot of the military spec testing having been accomplished on a lot of this gun. Cool. The front handguard is a 12-inch Midwest Industries LWN, and I told you they picked their components smartly. This is one of them. I would never change this handguard out. It is perfection. 1.5 inches. It's very narrow. It's kind of dirty from the desert weeds underneath there. Low profile gas block set with Allen screws. This is a carbine length gas system. I'll tell you this, I'm not really stoked on that. I wish they would have gone with a mid-length. I try to stay away from a carbine length gas system unless it's a value rifle like that Sporter. So this is the same. I mean, it's a carbine length gas system as well. Great barrel, and we'll look at accuracy. You'll see it shot pretty good. No surprises on the lower. It's forged lower. Is that Cero? I keep forgetting the forge markings. FN logo here. I'm not a big billet receiver fan, generally because it just adds weight. It adds a lot of weight. You can get some cool features. Like if you're in 3-gun or something, billet makes a lot more sense because you're just running from stage to stage very briefly. You're not really porting a huge load, so the ounces don't really matter. In fact, more weight in 3-gun's probably better. It settles the gun down. That's why you see a lot of 3Gs running 9-10 pounds. I mean, not super heavy, but enough to settle the gun down where when you get to the 600-yard stage, you're not bouncing all over the place. A light gun's hard to shoot. I've always said that. Forward assist here. Standard mil spec AR-15 trigger, which is to say it sucks. And all of our shooting, all the accuracy testing took place with this trigger. Sometimes, you know, I will pull the trigger out and I'll put in something special. I try not to do that these days. I just shoot it with the one it comes with. That's a C Products 20 round in there.
Those are all hits.
MOE grip, I love that. I'm not going to pull the gun apart. It's standard AR-15 and it's standard superb quality FN. So staking of the gas key, magnetic particle inspected, superb quality as you would expect from FN, and honestly as you would expect from this price level. It should be superb quality. It's an expensive gun. Standard charging handle. I would probably put a better charging handle on it because I'm running glass, right? And by the way, I finally got smart and labeled this this mount, which is in Amazon now. It's the Aero Precision Ultralight, about 85, 90 bucks. This one is an FDE. It's a 30 mil, and man, is it lightweight. It's like 2.6 ounces. I love it. I love it. It's not QD, but who cares? You're not going to be pulling your glass off all the time anyhow. And every time I've done it, I lose 0. M-bus. So that's cool. I love it when they include those. Those are some of my favorite sights. There are some different ones that are lighter and a little bit more trim, but I love those. They don't add any weight whatsoever. This gun, incidentally, will be for sale at Gunnies with a certificate of authenticity. It's a clean gun. It's just fabulous. I love the gun. This is just a look at the other side. Standard AR-15 controls. No surprises here. And going back here, the buttstock is an MOE-SL. I actually like it. I didn't take it off and weigh it against something like an MFT, but it's cool. There are no single point cups in the back here. You have one on the stock. You have a couple on the handguard if you want to tie into, you know, locking it in. It's a cool gun. Check out the weight, and I put a sticker on it just to remind myself. 7 pounds, 15 ounces. That's without the suppressor on it. with a Lancer 30 round translucent mag, so one of these in it. And consider again that unlike some manufacturers, and I love Daniel Defense, but they continue to stick with a stepped government profile barrel, which I've talked about it. I'm just not super fond of it. But it shoots really good, I have to say it does. But I like this barrel profile, and they're still coming at a naked weight with no glass, no optic, and no mag. 6.6. That's pretty dang good, man. Let's look at accuracy on this gun. I was expecting it to shoot very, very well. And for the most part, the FN-15 Tactical Blackout, that's a big name. They need to make a cooler name, by the way. FN, make a cooler name. It shot really good. But then it would open up a little bit, and I was really kind of perplexed as to why. I couldn't figure it out. So this is when... That's one group right there. That's not at 100 yards, though. That's at 40 yards. That's pretty excellent. I have some other guns I'm reviewing on here. I'm not going to show you yet. In no particular order. This is with the Gemtech on it. I give a squiggle mark for that. I wasn't digging it so much. That's not a bad group for an AR, but for this quality, this price level, I want it to shoot all rounds at 100 yards into that square. I want it to be 1 MOA. Now, granted, I did not shoot a wide variety of ammunition, but Fiocchi, in my experience, has been a great ammo. It's been very consistent, pretty accurate, like this right here. It's just been good, and as evidence from this group, it's capable. So that's a great group right there. I gave a thumbs down for that. That's a good group, about 1.5 MOA. This is sub MOA right here, amazing. And then it opened up here. I don't think it was me, by the way, because I felt good. Anytime I think it's me, I'll put a human factor annotation on the target. You don't want to see that one. And then here we go. A little horizontal stringing here. And then we get back to shooting good. I did use Hornady American Gunner ammunition. I have it right here. It's even more expensive. Almost $1 a round. So we shot that too. You know, it's Hornady's amazing. It's great ammo. Some of my favorite. Look at that. That's decent. 1.5. I'll call it a 1.5 MOA shooter, this gun. I will. Which is pretty good. I mean, that's a decent accuracy. Maybe we'll talk about the cartridge just briefly here. And maybe this drives to my own personal, I don't know, lack of enthusiasm for 300 Black. Remember the niche I talk about? That's established. Suppressed, 30 cal projectile, you know, intermediate range, super silent, readily available 308 projectiles if you want to hand load. We get all that. But as an all-arounder, I'm unmotivated. Now, granted, this is just one gun. It's just a couple ammunition types. I get all that. But I can take my SPRs out at 100 yards and I can drill them into 1/2 inch. Well, maybe not half, but I can drill them into 3/4 inch holes all day long. At 600 yards, I'm shooting sub MOA with 77 grain stuff. Like that Razor Core by AWI. Dude, that's a great performing cartridge. It dominates this, in my opinion. It's a lot easier to shoot with. I have a lot less holdover, a lot less. Yeah, but retained energy downrange is going to be so much more. You'll never settle the debate, man. You just won't. Guys that are emotionally or financially invested in a certain caliber, whether it's 9mm versus 45, whether it's 300 Black versus 223, I'll tell you what my opinions are, and I don't apologize for them. But if you want to go to 300 Black and add it to the inventory, maybe run it for a while and learn about it. Dude, FN-15, that's a great turnkey platform to do it. I forgot exactly what Gunnies is selling it for. I think it's around 12-ish or something, which is about on par with an FN, you know, kind of a higher end AR-15. I forgot to tell you, it does have a large trigger guard here. No ambidextrous controls. It's just single for right-hand shooters in this particular version. So if you're looking for ambi controls, you're a lefty. You might look elsewhere. Firepower is the same as every AR-15. The beauty is it uses just standard AR mags. It's just basically, you know, opened up 5.56 case. Cool. Accessories, I wouldn't change anything on this except put a freaking trigger in it. I'd leave the buttstock, I'd leave the forend. and then charging handle, and then done. There are a couple other alternatives. Rock River's putting together the LAR 300. There's several versions. I'm kind of getting the vibe these days that Rock River's just kind of getting left behind in their builds. They're kind of old-fashioned with their handguards. Their weight levels are a lot higher than some of the other stuff coming out, like this gun, 6.6 naked. The Rock River LAR 300 X1 weighs 8 pounds. And then they've got the Delta car with that goofy handguard on it, which I really hate. They'll probably change it. You know, we'll rattle the cage. And there's some others, but I'm going to make this video not feature length, kind of short. The Tactical 15, therefore, by FN is an excellent gun. And that one stoppage we had, if we talk about track record, that's, again, shooting those long 220s with the can. That kind of does raise, in my own mind, kind of a question mark. Like, whoa, I mean, if the dude really wants to shoot 220s, is it going to be ultimately reliable? I think there's a lot of discussion about that, of reliability of the super heavyweight cartridges. I think you'll find that there is, if people are truthful, they'll say there's a lot of stoppages shooting that stuff. The 150s ran great, no stoppages whatsoever, and yes, it is a heavy, you know, I mean business projectile, but so is this. You know, and I can buy an AK for $600, and I can even put a can on that if I have to. That's just my 2 cents. There you go, man. You guys want a 300 Blackout AR-15 review. This is my first. I may do more in the future. In certain instances, I love the cartridge, and you know I love the AR. See ya.